You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. These are your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Sunday, August the 23rd, 2020. The Red Sox and Orioles played each other in an AL East matchup, and this game was close with little offense. 2-1, the final. The Red Sox took the lead in the third inning. They didn't give it up after that point. They got both their runs in the third, and the Orioles scored their only run in the bottom of the fourth inning. Eduardo Rodriguez got the win. He's evened out to 10-10 now on the year. Keegan Aiken got the loss. He's now 0-4. And Brandon Workman's up to 32 saves now on the season. The Blue Jays and Yankees played each other. This is another AL East game. Final score of this game, 5-2. The Blue Jays ended up winning. It was close throughout most of this game. The Yankees scored first in the third inning. The Blue Jays tied it in the fourth. The Yankees took the lead in the seventh inning, but then the Blue Jays broke out with a 4-run top of the eighth inning, giving them a 3-run lead. The Yankees could not overcome it, and the Blue Jays ended up winning. Thomas Pannone is now 10-0, got his 10th win out of the bullpen this year. Adam Ottavino got the loss, his third of the year, and Ken Giles earned the save. He now has 35 on the season. The Indians and Royals played each other in an AL Central matchup. Final score of this game, 5-0. The Indians ended up winning and shutting out the Royals. Mike Clevenger got his 9th win of the year, and Jorge Lopez got the loss. He's now 6-9. The Royals in this game were also limited to just one hit compared to the Indians' 16 hits. The Mets and Athletics played each other in an interleague game. Final score of this one, 3-0. The Mets got shut out. The Athletics started scoring early. They got 2 in the third inning, and then they put up an extra in the 8th. And the Mets again failed to score at all. They scored no runs on 2 hits in this game. Frankie Montas got the win, his 10th of the year. Michael Wacha now 8-8 after getting the loss. And Liam Hendricks at 39 saves now on the season. The Rays and Angels played each other in a lopsided game. 12-5 was the final score. The Rays ended up winning. The Rays and Angels both scored early. The Angels actually scored first. They got a run in the first inning. The Rays tied it up by getting a run in the second. Then the Rays scored 6 in the third inning to pull away with the lead. They didn't give up the lead after that point. And the Angels, they scored a decent amount of runs. They scored 2 in the fourth and 2 more in the sixth to give them 5 total. Just the Rays putting up 6 in the third and then not stopping scoring after that. They also scored 2 in the fourth and 3 in the sixth, but that allowed them to really carry this game away. Hits were close. The Rays had 15 and the Angels had 11, but the Rays won by 7 runs. Ryan Yarbrough got the win, Shohei Ohtani got the loss, and Anthony Banda got his first save of the season. The Tigers and the Twins played each other in an AL Central matchup, and the Tigers have had some success against the Twins recently. The Tigers won this game, another game against the Twins in this series, 3-1 the final. The Twins scored first. They got their first and only run in the first inning. The Tigers tied the game up in the third and waited till the 9th inning to take the lead, but they did take a 2-run lead by scoring 2 runs in the top of the 9th inning, allowing them to eventually win the game. Brian Garcia got the win, Cody Stashak got the loss, and Joe Jimenez now has 37 saves on the season. The White Sox and Mariners played each other. This was a close game, but the Mariners ended up winning 9-8, the final score of this one. Both teams put up a crooked number in a respective half inning of this game. The Mariners in the bottom of the 5th scored 5, and the White Sox in the top of the 9th scored 4. But the Mariners scoring in a bunch of those innings, just 1 run, helped them sustain their lead and helped them thwart off the White Sox, because the White Sox were making a comeback, but they fell short by 1 run. So all the runs the Mariners scored in this game were important. Eric Swanson got the win, Dane Dunning got the loss, and Matt McGill up to 31 saves now on the season. The Rangers and Astros played each other. This is an AL West matchup. Final score of this one, 7-3. The Astros ended up winning. The Rangers got all 3 of their runs in the 7th inning. Meanwhile, the Astros were scoring well before that. They got 2 runs in the second, also 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, and 2 in the 8th inning, and the Astros ended up winning this game by 4. Josh James got the win, Lance Lynn got the loss, and Ryan Presley now has 5 saves on the season. The Braves and Phillies played each other. This is an NL East matchup. Final score of this game, 2-1. The Phillies ended up winning. Ranger Suarez got the win, Luke Jackson got the loss, and Hector Neris now has 32 saves on the season. The Marlins and Pirates played each other, 4-3 the final score of this game. The Pirates fell short by a run. The Marlins also had a significant amount of hits more than the Pirates did. The Marlins had 10 compared to the Pirates 4. Yannick Chirinos got the win, Mitch Keller got the loss, and Brandon Kinsler now has 35 saves on the season. The Marlins also got all 4 of their runs by the end of the 3rd inning. Meanwhile, the Pirates didn't score till the bottom of the 3rd and then made it a 1-run game in the 7th, but again, they couldn't at least tie the game, so they ended up losing. The Reds and Brewers played each other 4-3, the final score of this game. This is an NL Central matchup. The Brewers ended up winning this game. The Brewers started scoring early. They got one in the first, then two in the second, and they got a run in the seventh inning, totaling their 4. The Reds put up no more than one run in any given inning. They got one in the fifth, one in the sixth, and then one in the eighth inning, but they could not match the 4 runs that the Brewers put up, and they ended up losing this game. Adrian Hauser got the win, Anthony DeSclafani got the loss, and Corey Knebel now with 14 saves on the season. The Cardinals and Cubs played each other. This is another NL Central matchup. It was a close game, and runs certainly came at a premium. 1-0 was the final score. The Cardinals gave up a run in the bottom of the first inning, and neither team scored after the first, allowing the Cubs to win this game because that one run held up. Jose Quintana got the win, Carlos Martinez got the loss, and Craig Kimbrell now has 42 saves on the year. The Giants and Diamondbacks played each other. This is an NL West matchup. Final score of this game 6-2. The Giants ended up winning. The Giants put up 5 runs in the top of the second inning, and that's all the runs they really needed, but they also tacked on an extra in the fifth. The Diamondbacks scored once in the second and once in the sixth, but that was about it. Kevin Gausman got the win, and Zach Gallen got the loss. The Dodgers and Rockies played each other. This is another NL West game. Final score 11-8. The Dodgers ended up winning this game. The Rockies had put up 3 runs to take a 3-run lead in the bottom of the 8th inning, but the Dodgers in the top of the 9th matched those 3 runs to tie the game at 8 and force extra innings. And it took till the 11th, but the Dodgers put up another 3 runs to take an 11-8 lead, and that lead ended up holding up because the Rockies failed to score at all in the bottom of the 11th inning. The Dodgers got out-hit by the Rockies 15-14, but the Dodgers still came out on top. Dylan Floro got the win, and Scott Oberg got the loss. And the Nationals and Padres played each other. Final score of this game 4-3. The Nationals ended up winning this game. It was close. The Nationals put up 3 runs in the 3rd inning and then tacked on an extra run in the 7th inning, which turned out to be important because the Padres scored 1 in the 7th and then 2 in the 8th inning to score 3 total, but that run in the 7th scored by the Nationals, again, was important, and it caused the Padres to fall short by a run. Ryan Baruchi got the win, Dinelson Lamet got the loss, and Sean Doolittle now has 35 saves on the season. Let's take a look at standings now, starting in the American League East. The New York Yankees still leading this division. They're 77-54, but they've lost 2 in a row. And they lost 2 in a row to the Blue Jays, who have won 2 in a row in 7 of their last 10. That's allowed them to get back into the division race. They're 73-59, 4.5 games back at first. The Rays are 68-62. They've won 2 in a row. They're 8.5 games back at first. The Red Sox are 66-65, back over a .500 winning percentage after winning their last 2 games, but they're still 11 games back at first. And the Orioles are 48-82. They still have yet to get 50 wins, while everybody else in the division has over 60. They're 28.5 games back of first place. They've lost their last 2 games. They've lost 9 of their last 10, and their division elimination number is 4. In the American League Central, the Minnesota Twins lost again today to the Tigers. They're now on a 3-game losing streak. 87-45 is their record. They still lead the division, but they no longer have the best record in Major League Baseball. The Indians are 74-56, 12 games back at first. Their division elimination number is 20. The White Sox are 73-57 in 3rd place, 13 games back at first. Their division elimination number is 19, and they're on a 3-game losing streak. And the Tigers are 59-71. They're 27 games back at first. Their division elimination number is 5, but they're on a 4-game winning streak, and they've beat the Twins 3 times in a row. In the American League West, the Athletics are 76-54. They still lead the division, and they've won their last 2 games. The Astros keeping pace. They also won today. They're 72-58, 4 games back in first place. The Angels are 60-72, 17 games back in first. Their division elimination number is 15. The Rangers are 56-74, 20 games back at first. Their division elimination number is 13. And the Mariners are 55-77 in last place, 22 games back at first. They've won 3 in a row, but their division elimination number is 10. And here are the wildcard standings in the American League. The Indians are 74-56. They have that first wildcard spot. The White Sox have the second wildcard spot. They're 73-57, and they've lost their last 3 games. The Blue Jays have won their last 2, so that's allowed them to catch up a bit. The Blue Jays are 73-59, now a game back of that second wildcard spot. The Astros, who were once consistently in one of the wild card spots, are now on the outside. They're 72-58, but they're close again. They're 1 game back of the White Sox for that second wild card spot. The Rays still in contention. They're 68 and 62, 5 games back of that second wild card spot. The Red Sox still lingering as well with a 66 and 65 record. They are 7.5 games back of that second wild card spot. And every other team in the American League has a winning percentage under 500 and is at least 14 games back of that second wild card spot. And all the teams right now in the AL that I did not specifically mention, they're all on the brink of playoff elimination. The Angels have a playoff elimination number of 18. The Tigers have a playoff elimination number of 19. The Rangers have a playoff elimination number of 16. The Mariners a playoff elimination number of 13. The Orioles a playoff elimination number of 8. And the Royals, who have the worst record in Major League Baseball, have a playoff elimination number of 5. In the National League East, the Atlanta Braves still lead. They're 76 and 55, though they've lost their last 2 games. The Nationals won today, so the Nationals gained a game on the Braves. 73 and 59 to their record. They're 3.5 games back of first. The Marlins are on a 7-game winning streak. They're 72 and 59. They're getting back into the division race as well. They're 4 games back in first place. The Phillies are 64 and 66. They won 2 in a row. They're getting back up to that 500 winning percentage. It's 492 right now. But they're 11.5 games back of first. They're in 4th place in the division. And the Mets are 56 and 74, 19.5 games back of first. Their division elimination number is 13. In the National League Central, the St. Louis Cardinals still lead the division. They're 73 and 57, but they've lost their last 2 games. The Cubs have won their last 2, so the Cubs have gained some games on the Cardinals. The Cubs got their 70th win today. They're 70 and 61 overall, 3.5 games back of first place. The Brewers are 59 and 71, 14 games back of first. Their division elimination number is 19. The Reds are 53 and 77. 20 games back of first. Their division elimination number is 13, and the Pirates have lost 5 in a row. They're 46 and 85, the worst record in the National League, 27.5 games back of first, and their division elimination number is 5. End of the National League West, the Dodgers won today. They've won 5 in a row in 8 of their last 10. They now have the best record in Major League Baseball at 88 and 45. The Padres are 69 and 61, 17.5 games back of first place, and the Dodgers close to 90 wins, and the Padres the next best team in the division. They haven't even reached 70 yet. But their division elimination number is 14. Again, they're 17.5 games back of first. The Diamondbacks are 68 and 63, 19 games back of first place. Their division elimination number is 12. And the Rockies are 58 and 74, 29.5 games back of first. And their division elimination number is down to 1. They've lost 3 in a row. They lost to the Dodgers today. And here are the wildcard standings in the National League. The Nationals have the top wildcard spot. They're 73 and 59. A half game back of that first wildcard spot are the Marlins, who are 72 and 59. The Cubs are 70 and 61. They won their last 2 games. They're 2 games back of that second wildcard spot. The Padres still in contention. 69 and 61 is their record. They're 2.5 games back. The Diamondbacks 68 and 63, 4 games back of that second wildcard spot. And the Phillies still around as well. They're 64 and 66, under 500, but they're relatively close, 7.5 games back. But it's going to take a large winning streak for them to make a postseason push. Every other team in the National League has a winning percentage under 500 and is at least 12.5 games back of that second wildcard spot. And all those teams that I didn't specifically mention are on the brink of elimination from playoffs. The Brewers have a playoff elimination number of 20. The Rockies have a playoff elimination number of 17, as do the Mets. The Reds have a playoff elimination number of 14. The Giants have a playoff elimination number of 8. And the Pirates, who have the worst record in the National League, have a playoff elimination number of 6. And let's take a look at league leaders, starting with batting average leaders in the American League. Miguel Cabrera has the highest at a 341. JD Martinez the next highest at a 337. And Miguel Andujar third best with a 322. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. leads with a 347. Nolan Arenado the next best with a 333. And 1 point behind Arenado is Paul Goldschmidt. He has a 332 batting average. Hits leaders in the American League, JD Martinez has the most with 177. Miguel Andujar the next most with 171. And Miguel Cabrera has the third most. He has 168. In the National League, Jonathan Villar leads with 176. Ronald Acuna Jr. the next best with 168. And Nolan Arenado rounds up the top 3 with 160. At bat leaders in the American League, Miguel Andujar has the most with 531. And in the National League, Jonathan Villar has the most with 547. Doubles leaders in the American League, Anthony Rendon has the most with 43. Jose Abreu has the next most with 42. And Miguel Andujar third best with 39. In the National League, Jonathan Villar has the most. He's up to 52. Christian Yelich the next best. He has 38. And Ronald Acuna Jr. rounds up the top 3 with 37. Triples leaders in the American League, Adalberto Mondesi has the most with 8, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. the next most with 7, Adam Eaton, Jose Altuve, Byron Buxton, and Oscar Mercado each have the third most. They're all tied with 6. In the National League, Jonathan Villar has the most with 13, Andrew McCutchen and Victor Robles tied with the second most. They're both at 8. Home run leaders in the American League, Justin Upton still tops this list. He's at 45. Yohan Moncada has 38, and Chris Davis has 37. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. leads all of Major League Baseball as well, but he has 46. Paul Goldschmidt 4 behind him with 42, and Eugenio Suarez third best with 38. RBI leaders in the American League, Chris Davis at 104, Nelson Cruz the next best at 101, and Mitch Moreland has 100. In the National League, Paul Goldschmidt has 110 RBIs, Eugenio Suarez the next best with 103, Ronald Acuna Jr. and Manny Machado tied with the third most, and they both have 96. Run scored leaders in the American League, JD Martinez has the most at 97, and in the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has the most with 106. Stolen base leaders in the American League, Malik Smith has 34, Adalberto Mondesi the next most with 28, and D. Gordon the third most with 26. In the National League, Starling Marte has the most with 44, 2 behind him, Trey Turner, who has 42, and Jonathan Villar rounds out the top 3 with 35. Walks leaders in the American League, Shin-Soo Choo has the most with 80, and in the National League, Paul Goldschmidt leads, he has 88. On base percentage leaders in the American League, Miguel Cabrera has the highest at a 423, JD Martinez the next highest at a 407, and Josh Donaldson slightly lower than Martinez's, but he's also at a 407. In the National League, Paul Goldschmidt leads with a 439, Christian Yelich the next highest at a 434, and Ronald Acuna Jr. rounds the top 3 with a 430. Slugging percentage leaders in the American League, Justin Upton has the highest at a 651, Yohan Moncada the next highest at a 634, and JD Martinez third best with a 604. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. leads with a 733, Paul Goldschmidt the next highest at a 672, and Christian Yelich third best with a 650. On base percentage plus slugging percentage leaders in the American League, Justin Upton has a 1.041, the highest among AL players. Yohan Moncada has a 1.015, and JD Martinez has a 1.011. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has an OPS of 1.163, Paul Goldschmidt has a 1.111, and Christian Yelich has a 1.084. Moving on to pitcher leaderboards, starting with wins leaders in the American League, Lucas Giolito has the most with 15. There's a 3-way tie with the second most. Hyunjin Ryu, Jordan Montgomery, and Jake Odorizzi all have 14. In the National League, Walker Buehler has 17 wins. Steven Strasburg the next most wins. He has 14. Mike Soroka, Mike Fultonavich, Yu Darvish, Madison Bumgarner, Jimmy Nelson, David Price, and Jack Flaherty all tied with the third most wins. They all have 12. Losses leaders in the American League, Kenta Maeda has 3, as does Jordan Lyles and Sean Manaea. They're all tied with the least amount among pitchers that qualify for this category. And in the National League, Walker Buehler has the least amount among pitchers that qualify. He has 2. Saves leaders in the American League, Brad Hand has 40, Liam Hendricks has 39, and Hansel Robles has 38. In the National League, Kenley Jansen leads with 44. Will Smith, one behind him. He has 43, and one behind Smith are Craig Kimbrell and Kirby Yates. They both have 42. ERA leaders in the American League, Kenta Maeda has the lowest at a 2.50. Sean Manaea, the second lowest at a 2.70, and Hyunjin Ryu, third lowest at a 2.85. In the National League, Walker Buehler, the only one in Major League Baseball. Under 2, he's at a 1.88. Marcus Stroman, the next lowest, at a 2.38, and Carlos Martinez, third lowest, at a 2.43. Home runs allowed among American League pitchers, Kenta Maeda has the least amount among pitchers that qualify. He has 9. And in the National League, Carlos Martinez has the least amount among pitchers that qualify. He also has 9. Shutout leaders in the American League, Masahiro Tanaka has the most with 5. Garrett Cole has 3. Sean Manaea, Jake Odorizzi, and Jose Barrios, they all have 2. They're tied with the third most. In the National League, Jacob deGrom has 5. Zach Wheeler has 3. Aaron Nola, Pablo Lopez, Sandy Alcantara, Merrill Kelly, Walker Buehler, and Clayton Kershaw, they're all tied for the third most. They all have 2. Strikeout leaders in the American League, Garrett Cole has the most, 221. Lucas Giolito, the next highest total, he's at 198. And Jake Odorizzi, third best, with 185. In the National League, Steven Strasburg has 217. Clayton Kershaw, the next highest total in the league, with 192. Max Scherzer and Jacob deGrom still tied with the third most. They both have 191. Complete games thrown among American League pitchers, Masahiro Tanaka has 5. Garrett Cole, the next most, with 3. Corey Kluber, Sean Manaea, Jake Odorizzi, Jose Barrios, Aaron Savali, and Hyunjin Ryu all have the third most in the league. They're all tied. They all have 32. In the National League, Jacob deGrom has the most with 5. Zach Wheeler, the next most, with 4. And Aaron Nola, the third most. He has 3. Innings pitched leaders in the American League, Hyunjin Ryu leads with 189 and a third innings pitched. And in the National League, Clayton Kershaw leads with 180. Walks allowed among American League pitchers, Jordan Zimmerman has the least amount among pitchers to qualify. He's allowed 32. And in the National League, Brett Anderson has the least amount among pitchers to qualify. He's allowed 35. Whip leaders in the American League, Sean Manaea has a 102 whip, the lowest. Hyunjin Ryu, the next lowest, at a 107. And Masahiro Tanaka, the third lowest, at a 110. In the National League, Jacob deGrom is the lowest at a 106. Clayton Kershaw, the next lowest, at a 107. And Pablo Lopez, third lowest, at a 108. Pitching WAR leaders in the American League, Jake Odorizzi is the highest at a 4.4, Masahiro Tanaka the next highest at a 4, and Kenta Maeda rounds up the top three with a 3.7. In the National League, Jacob deGrom leads with a 4.6, Walker Buehler is the next highest, he's at a 4.5, and Steven Strasburg the third highest at a 3.9. And batting WAR leaders in the American League, Yohan Moncada is the highest at a 7.6, Alex Bregman the next best with a 6.9, and Yasmani Grandal as the third best, he's at a 6.8. And in the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has an 8.1 WAR, slightly lower than his is Marcus Semien, who's gotten above 8. He also has an 8.1 WAR, and Nolan Arenado third best with a 7.6. These have been your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Sunday, August the 23rd, 2020. I'm Nicholas Callis. You've been watching Major League Baseball's virtual network.